Yeah, yeah. You see the cut. Just show some respect. That's all you gotta do is show a little respect. A little bit of respect and acknowledgement goes a long way. Wouldn't you agree? But you see what's up though. You see who up on the screen, right? Oh man, shit. You know what? You see who up on the goddamn screen. The goddamn Godfather. One of the goats of the goats. The goddamn comeback, can't even say comeback kid. The nigga died at 50 something. He was the comeback man. Pause. In honor of the guard, Kevin Samuels, we spraying After Dark by Bath and Body Works. All my cologne is from Bath and Body Works for the most part. I ain't bougie like that. But my nigga, this shit right here, listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 100 milligrams, my G. We spraying this goddamn thing. You understand? Because if not, I'm gonna have this cologne for like 6 years. Actually, yo, I don't know. Listen, I feel like everything I love, the world hates because this is an amazing set. This is 75% off at certain locations at Bath and Body Works. This is a $50 bottle of cologne, which is not a lot of money, but I'm just saying, it's a $50 bottle of cologne. This shit was on sale for $11, okay? And I got another one too. So I've gotten like 4 or 5 new big ass bottles of cologne. Anyway, actually, no, but let's go off of that tangent for a quick second before we get into the topic. Denying yourself things. Shout out to the many lessons that Kevin Samuels taught while he was alive. When I talk about Kevin Samuels, we're going to get one goddamn thing clear. I don't speak on people to speak on whether they were a perfect person who did everything right every step of the way, and basically, I'm not one of those people who want to do bias verification and over verification. Now, my job, we have a concept called over verification. When we want to establish whether or not someone is eligible for a particular thing, right? You're supposed to ask for certain documents, and then it stops there. Okay. If I ask for more than what's written out in the regulations and whatnot, I am over verifying. You're not supposed to make it difficult for people to get what they need. Okay. Not supposed to do that. Black folks have this thing where if you weren't always in a great position, then you shouldn't be telling other people how to get into a great position. Not realizing that's how you learn to level up. It's taking L's. I'm gonna bring up something in particular that Kevin Samuels taught me. And he talked about all the greatest men in the world have monumental failures. Donald Trump went bankrupt 3 times. And he's a billionaire. Like, really think about that. Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying? Jeff Bezos, all these guys, they had a failure first. You understand? But and I heard Dennis Sperling speak on men and women's timelines, and men become depressed and less productive because they don't realize your timeline is different from a woman. So therefore, the things that are important for you don't have to happen between 18 and 30. And I'm not saying that women can't experience, new things and accomplish new things and have relationships in their 30s and whatnot. But again, she does need to prioritize relationships at a young age, because that's when men see you and think, wow, she's really attractive. Or not only that, you're still new to the world. You know how you can put wear and tear on the vehicle? Then after a while, you gotta change the brake pads, you gotta change the oil. Now those are like, you're supposed to do that. But if the more wear and tear that's been on that vehicle, things that shouldn't be broken will be broken. Like a goddamn fan. I had a 2012 Ford Fiesta, a terrible car. And I remember I used to do Lyft and Uber in this car because that's how bad my thinking was back then. In terms of understanding what's my best option for making money. Don't get me wrong, Lyft and Uber is cool if you want to do a few rides and that's it. But if you any kind of gig economy where you're trying to do it for hours on end, you always wind up losing in the long run because you don't choose your rate, right? They choose your rate for you. And you got to decide whether or not you want to put the wear and tear on your vehicle. But no matter what happens is the car's lifespan comes down. And realistically, every part in that car has a lifespan of a certain amount of miles before you're going to have to get a new one. Some parts can go for a few 100,000 miles. Some, right? But if I'm buying a car, how can I expect a 2005 Nissan to run the same as a 2019 and 2020? And that might sound like a no-brainer, but this is what men are dealing with when they go out into the world. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Listen, a lot of us can be broken in our own way. Depends on what your experience was. Me personally, things happen to me, but I actively worked on getting over the things that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure how I'm on that tangent, but anywho, I want to touch on that just real quick in terms of like how we see progression, how we see time. You know what I'm saying? And when, and basically, I guess also knowing when to listen to someone and when not to listen to someone. And that's very important for men. The other day, there was a content creator who was doing a hit piece on the Center, and then he mentioned Kevin Samuels. And he basically he showed these video clips. I guess Kevin was renting a room at this house. It looked like it was in a very nice neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And basically, the person who owns the house, I guess they had a dispute, and she's recording him while talking to him and everything. And he's talking to her calmly, and he's trying to work things out with him and whatnot. And like she's recording him or fucking to record him and everything. And there's one point where I guess his car had an oil leak. So he had cardboard that he was putting under the car to make sure that these people that the street wouldn't have no car. She's recording him doing that. Like, fam, I'm just saying, like, don't none of y'all have a life that where if I turned that camera on, that I wouldn't be able to catch some embarrassing shit. What was funny about all that is this. The Godfather still ended up here. I don't know. Now, maybe if some of y'all don't got your own place, maybe you wouldn't know. That's a very nice apartment. You can't be a broke nigga and be in a space like that. But you know what? Let me stop sharing that for a second and share this next screen real quick. This is when he was in Miami visiting. This is I think right before he passed away. And he was talking about men need to visit these major cities, and you really need to be trying to live in these major cities because that's where everything is happening at. And I couldn't agree more, right? But I want to just point out the visual of what you're looking at, right? You can't stay in a room like this, or these rooms that he recorded in, with no money. All right. What we saw was an ascension. So those videos were from, matter of fact, I'll show those real quick. I'll show them while we're here. Hold on.
Can I speak, please? When the power bill spiked, you sent me communication after communication after communication, trying to make me responsible for it.
Not you responsible, the whole entire house responsible, Kevin. Since the stay-at-home notification of COVID, everyone's working from home. The power, the water, the gas is exponentially. No, it's not harassment. You know what, Kevin? Just recording Kevin Samuels moving cardboard again from out from under his car. This video will be submitted to the HOA for repercussions of the removal of his automobile from the premises.
No, it's my dog. got it? Got my
I got all the spots with all the oil all over it, bud.
I got full maintenance records.
I don't care.
To my BMW.
I don't care. The oil is right all over the place.
Renting rooms.
You're done.
So I showed that clip for a different reason. I showed that clip so that the men out there, you need to learn from this nigga, man. Because for him to go from whatever he was going through, and even at that point, bro didn't look broke. Let me tell you something that I realized since I just see myself on camera. I'm looking so clean. But anyway, let me tell you what I realized since being a grown man out here in the world. Broke niggas be looking broke. You understand? Broke niggas be looking broke. I'm just saying, like, yo, this in terms of the average person don't look like even something wrong with his car. He still got even in that video, he still had a nice car. He was still well dressed. But it ain't from where you from, it's where you at. No matter what, the last few years of his life, he had profound revelations that led him to success, and he realized his genius. His story is about the fact that it ain't never too late. And was he a super young man? No. This man was in his 50s, cracking the code. That's how long of a journey men have. And also, those are part of your options and your birthrights as a man. Because at that age, he was still able to pull young women. People didn't like that conversation because, like I said, I heard our brother attorney Dennis Sperling talk about society wants men to think that they're on the same clock as women to get more young women married or get more women married, because the more women who are married, there's a man taking care of them, and the less of a chance of them being on the system or the government having to step in some kind of way. It's more efficient. It's just smart. So I get it in that regard. That man's story was a lot about breaking the rules, especially breaking the rules as we know it as men. Now, Kevin Samuels talked about age gap dating. Women don't like that. Why don't you like that? My whole life, listen, my dad is 15 years older than me. Okay? So my dad was always in his prime. When I was in my physical prime, my dad was in his prime as a man because he was post 30s. My dad is a very handsome guy. You know what I mean? And women love my dad. Wherever, anytime women ever meet my father, for the most part, they always comment on how handsome my father is. Always. For the time I was young, and I can remember even like women that I work with, girls I went to school with, girls I was dating, they wouldn't say, your father's very nice looking. They would say, oh my God, your father is so sexy. Your father is sexy, right? So these are young girls saying that about a man in his 30s. I can remember one of the last times, not last times, but when I was a little bit older, when I was about 20, and my girlfriend's cousin had came to a little barbecue that we was at my dad's clubhouse for the biking shit. I remember how, like, I don't know what she wanted me to say, but when she met my dad, that she said, your dad is very sexy. Your dad is sexy. I'm like, I mean, I guess thanks. I mean, actually, that was hella inappropriate. But the point is, from a young age, when I reflect on it, I'm like, yeah, my dad was at least 15 years older than the girls. My dad wasn't that old or nothing like that, but they were very attractive. And my point is that women are attracted to strength and maturity and power. All right, and masculinity. Usually when you're older, an older man, he is permeating with masculinity because it's complete. A young guy might think being masculine is having muscles and acting tough. But as you get older, you realize it's the decisions you make and the stability you're able to to build up, as well as holding on to the warrior spirit. The warrior spirit is about if some shit go down, you gotta be able to take action. Men cannot be risk averse because you can't be a king and be a pussy. You understand? I say it again. If you date it, you can't be a king and be a pussy. You understand? But anywho, ain't where you from is where you at, right? If he was able to make that big of a change in his life to where he became a millionaire and had people paying him $1,000 an hour for a session for life coaching, then that means that he figured something out that people should care about. Okay? So I wanted to touch on that because I really think that it stops people from being successful if you're not able to see the jewel in someone's story because you don't agree with what they were saying. And what's funny is too, it's funny, I think about the term or the slang big back. Why is big back not, big back is talking about a fat girl. I've heard women joke about, oh my God, like my back is getting big. You know what I'm saying? Or I seen like a meme about, me not having a summer body because I didn't care to unbake my back and whatnot. So you hear more, and they got more big girls doubling down on being fat. I mean, I've heard a woman say I'm a fat bitch about 3 times this year. I'm gonna say it again. I've heard a woman say at least 3 times this year that I'm a fat bitch. That's wild. That is radical self-acceptance at the expense of others. Let me tell you something. The other day, my women's leader, you know what I'm saying, said to me, you always are dressed and you always got that baby dressed. I'm talking about my son. My son like 9 years old. He's calling me baby. Every time he not with me, you know what I'm saying? My son's with me so much that like today I want to go get her because we had to go to a zone executive conference. What we know with the other leaders in the New Jersey. And she, like it's like the 3rd time someone like looked in the back seat and say, "Where's Levi?" Or like, "What? Like, how come Levi's not here?" You know what I'm saying? Levi's always around. He's especially on the weekend, consistently. You know what I'm saying? He's with me running, doing whatever, right? But anywho, she said, "You guys are always dressed, and the fact that you put that effort into your appearance is very kind." One of the reasons why it looks very bad for a woman to come outside with a bonnet or a nigga be walking around, a do-rag is a little bit softer, you know what I'm saying? Because do-rag is more fashionable, right? A little bit more palatable to look at, but only if the nigga clean. If you like dirty with the do-rag, ooh, it's like, darkness, But in certain situations, in certain areas, do-rag don't really look good. Maybe you're going to go work out, or you doing like you doing laundry, or you in your building and whatnot. But overall, me personally, I don't walk around outside with a do-rag anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no need to. I mean, it's no need. You know what I'm saying? I want you to see my beautiful head of hair. And the fact that I got my whole hairline. I got the whole thing, baby. You get it? I got the whole thing. Yeah. I'm about to be 40. The nigga here aging backwards like Benjamin Button, this bitch. You understand me? You heard? You heard? Yeah, I know you heard. But my bad. I know we 18 minutes in, but yeah, so what? I mean, y'all ain't watching no. So, oh no. I know that's not a good prayer. Everyone's watching. All right, all my videos have the potential to get 1 million views. But anyway, on this channel, man, it's a 6 pack. Oh. I know we 19 on the same, but it's never too late. Never say never. Oh my God, where are my manners? It's the 6 Paps Commandments. I don't think I said 6 Paps Dice here. Mr. Land, if you need me. Let's get into the topic, beloved. The new black love. Hold on, let me remind you about the new black love before we go into our topic. I just had to make sure that I gave them flowers to beloved. You understand? You heard? Got your boy feeling godly.
Women. That's the new black love.
Hold on. Let's bring it back.
What's wrong with black love? I don't understand. You're not telling me any type of mistakes that you have made.
Here's the new black love. Black men with Asian women, black men with Arab women, black men with Caucasian women, black men with Latina women. That's the new black love.
Boom. What's up? What's up? Huh? What's up? This is New Black Love. I mean, listen, I didn't want this for y'all. Listen, I am still willing to take in only a gently used baby mother. Gently used. I'm willing to take in a woman who's only slightly thick around the hips. I'm still gonna take in. Okay. But the other brothers out there, they may not be so nice about it. Let me tell you something else that's changing too. The PR and the image of black men is changing for the better, whether y'all like it or not. Meaning that we have the internet now, and TV and movies and just excuse me, personal experiences are not the only thing shaping people's idea of other people, because we're able to, if we're interested in something, we can look at it all day on social media. But people are more and more being able to see about other cultures and learn about other people. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta look at, never before have black men been able to control their image and express themselves and express their thoughts and opinions in the media in a way where people have to acknowledge it and people have to hear it. Okay, like I was saying before, like before Kevin Samuels, it was like you would never hear women just acknowledging or it just becoming normal to acknowledge, that's a big broad right there. That girl, we too fat. When I realized I was too fat, when I watched the Fit the Fat the Fit show, combined with listening to Kevin Samuels talk about what the average weight is, you know what I'm saying? Because at that time I was dating, and I guess in a way it was good that I had the experiences I had while I was around women who at the time I didn't understand. They just wasn't good with communication. A lot of women, especially black women, they don't know, they're not comfortable saying nice things to you. You know what I'm saying? It's meaning that it could be for a few reasons. Maybe they didn't grow up hearing, a mother express happiness and and delight towards the man she was with. And listen, a lot of black women grow up with their mother instilling in them that don't that basically that the man doesn't really matter too much. The man don't matter more than our relationship. So if I want to teach you that, now I'm also going to I'm probably going to be teaching you how to not really have a good relationship. That's the same as having a friend, but you y'all friends, but you never support the friend in anything they do. If the friend can be saying, "Yeah, man, I'm having the birthday party and whatnot," you just don't show up. You could, you're not busy. You have time. It's down the street, next door, but you're just not going. You know what I'm saying? Your friend is, I don't know, your friend lost weight, and you can see he lost a significant amount of weight. You never mention, "Oh man, you look good, man, you lost some weight." Or your friend gets a new car. They used to have a beat up hoopty, and now they have a new car. You see the new car and just don't say anything. That would be weird, because that's like a big change in someone's life. You know what I mean? And it's a change that you congratulate someone on too, but you don't say anything, right? That would make you a bad friend, and because you're not giving them no kind of actual support. You understand? And again, a part of relationships is celebrating the person on the regular. That's why we have a relationship, because we celebrate one another, but we also are honest with one another too. And we also assist. Your friends are also supposed to assist you with self-correction and tell you when you're wrong, or tell you that a man. Listen, when two men are talking, the other man's more likely, even if the man ain't wrong, he's more likely to tell him that he's wrong, just so he'll do some self-correction. Because no self-correction leads to a dangerous path. I'll be rapping. Yeah, nigga. He strokes his beard. I be rapping, trying to say I be spitting these bars. But anywho, the New Black Love. Kevin Samuels tried to warn y'all about how things were going to change with the given economy. All right, and again, a lot of things he predicted came true. Kevin was talking in 2021. Kevin was talking about the price of gas and the price of living, the cost of living going up dramatically, and the price of gas making everything more expensive. The economy was about to get super crazy, and the economy has never really benefited or been built for a single a single income household. All right, stupid, right? But this economy in particular destroys someone in a single income household, even if they make good money. It just wouldn't be. It's just not enough, right? What was going to happen is those black men who are making between $40,000 and $80,000 a year, and they're in good shape, and they look good, smell good, and stuff like that. Women of other races are, again, we're not. All you really need is between 5 to 10% of several races to kind of wipe out all of black women's options. Because you got to realize, again, if black women are not trying to secure a black man, because in their mind, most black women see relationships as temporary anyway. Because again, a woman has a perpetual desire to switch it up. And if they don't have that masculine guidance to bring order to the chaos, again, their desire to switch it up leads to, let me go, I want to, okay, I found a reason to break up with you because now I have a reason to switch it up. Because in their mind, they may really think that we're gonna break up, spend some time apart, they get back together. I'm going to change some more, and then you're going to change some. It's going to be like a movie. Because in her mind, she thinks she's going to have an experience. A lot of times, couples go through breaking up and getting back together. You know what I'm saying? And going through the process of getting to know one another again, or the attention that the woman's going to get from you because you don't want her to end the relationship again. That's another control tactic. Men, if you ever experienced that, leave it alone. All right. If a woman tries to break up with you, unless like you've done something that's like really messed up that she's warned you about before, because that's how we can document if something is a problem. If someone said, please stop doing this particular thing, please don't do this particular thing, and you keep doing it, all right, that makes sense that you guys break up. But if someone out of nowhere picks a fight with you, and it's a fight that's like, I'm trying to break up with you kind of fight, that you're not going to win. You understand? You're not going to win. Anywho, I want to play this quick video from the Bull, Kevin Samuels.
Well, today, the men are the market for marriage. Men are not marrying because there's a lack of competition in the marketplace. So today, like I announced on Instagram, going forward, this market is open. This market is open. Yeah, I will still talk about black this, black that. I'm a black man, but I have my preference. I love black women, but I'm a men's advocate. And if we don't have enough women that want to be wives, how do you plan on getting men who want families married? You either make a better product or you expand the options. So Becky Marisol Mylene, welcome to Independence Day. It's 1996. Shout out to Will Smith, back when you still were independent, free Will Smith. Shout out to you, Vivica. You was looking good that movie, but she was still a baby mama in that movie, right? She was a baby mama in the movie, but not really. Oh my God, the jokes. Black men, you have been liberated. So going forward, we are going to be, when you talk about modern women has always been everybody. Always been everybody. But anybody who calls in, if you're a non-black woman who want to call in, call. Competition. And here's the funny thing. You can't get mad. You cannot get upset or mad that I am trying to get better outcome for men. You have a choice, ladies. If you want to compete for the men, compete. But if not, get out the way. Get out the way, chick. Get out the way. United Colors of Benetton was a whole, we are the world. Let's all get together. This was the internet before the internet was the internet. This was the global marketplace. Well, now over here, we're like the United Colors of Benetton. My personal preference is I love black women. I want you to win, but I want you to win while competing. That's right, damn it. I want you to win while competing. You're going to have to outrun Becky Marisol, Mylene, and Jamila. That's right. I gave them the recipes yesterday. Oh, girl know how to make fried chicken, fried catfish, strawberry cake, sweet tea, smothered pork chops. Oh, yeah. Oh, but you know what? Like I say, sisters, I love you. Who loves you, baby? I love you, baby. I love you. I love you so much that I am opening the marketplace to all. Prices down.
Genius. Just goat shit, bro. Because he's right. Because, you know, what he was saying was black men had not thought about how much you have been taught and raised, for the most part, to be exclusive to the black woman. And even in that video, he's still saying, I love you. And I love black women. I love them. My preference is black women. Nowhere in that video is he saying white women are just better. Becky is just better. What he was saying was, yo, you are not going to have a monopoly on these men anymore. Because again, before these conversations, women had men thinking that they choose the men. They choose the men they say yes to out of who approaches her. Well, if no one approaches the woman, then she can't get into a relationship, point blank, period. That's just simple facts. But again, the social manipulation is so strong to make men always kind of believe. It's a lot of power in believing someone. And most of us are taught to believe what women say and believe women's stories. I heard a story earlier where the young lady was calling her women's leader from jail and whatnot. And the lady's telling me the story as if the guy got her thrown in jail because he manipulated she's talking about a black man. What black man can get a woman? Black men can only get women thrown in jail when the woman's actually done something. Who's feeling sorry for black men? What are you talking about? She obviously attacked him. He proved that she attacked him in a way that was damaging. They're like, yo, if he was in here beating her behind, she would have been able to. They'll be swelling. They would have both gotten something. But she's telling me the story like there's just no way that this girl did anything to deserve to go to jail, and that basically that her man is wrong. You wasn't there, and you don't even know what happened. But anyway, as far as believing in women's stories, a lot of guys they buy into when women again. Remember I told you about how women will. I only know like one woman. That was my ex, who didn't try to do things to signal that she was very desirable to other men, or talk to me about what other men have done for her or want to do for her and stuff like that. Never try to brag about desire from other men. A lot of women will do that, and they do that to make themselves seem more valuable in your eyes by saying, "Look at all the men who want me." And one thing about my ex was that she showed me her value by showing me that she wanted me, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? And was just straightforward in that for whatever reason. I don't really know, but. Anywho, it's a new day. And what he was saying back then was that, you know, there's a lot going on and things are changing. And the attitude of treating the men like property and making the assumption that they will continue to think like property, meaning that you live your life in a way where you only think about how you benefit other people or you will let the desires of others, I don't want to say so much procedure your own, but basically you'll prioritize, especially a woman, her desires and feelings over your own, to the point where you can't discern between right from wrong. Because sometimes people are just wrong, but we have to have a criteria for wrong. Not just, oh, I don't like what you did, so you wrong. And that's another thing that's been pointed out too, that women, for the most part, have convinced you that if they don't like what you're saying or what you're doing, it's disrespectful. And we gotta think, damn, who would think like that? What is that? That sound like how royalty would talk to a peasant. I am highborn. I come from this family, and that's really a thing. That's how you talk to a servant, because a servant is supposed to be basically, you're supposed to be like God to your servant, right? Or you're supposed to be like God to your slave. You are the physical embodiment of God to that slave. You control what a person lives. Actually, a slave. We'll say slave. The slave master, if they want to, again, if you want to kill your dog, who's gonna stop you from offering your dog? If you want to offer your goldfish, what cops are coming because you off the goldfish? Nobody, no cops are coming. I hope not. You got different problems then. But that's the point. But as long as black women continue to have that attitude towards black men of if he here, he here, if he not, he not. A lot of black women, especially around my age, if you talk to them about relationships, and rather than saying, I really want a relationship, I just haven't been able to get into a relationship, they'll say, you know, if it happened, it happened. Other day, I heard some of my coworkers say, you know, love, I believe in it, but this and that. And it was interesting is that, you know, I know them a little bit personally. And I'm like, man, like, you're not making room for the possibility that, you got to do a lot more work on who you are in a relationship. And another thing, too, presumptuous thinking, assuming. All right. A lot of men are raised to assume that you got to realize again, you're not going to get men to get married to women if you can't create the assumption that all women are good, have a good heart, do the right thing, and are innocent and deserve to be a wife and will make a great mother or be a good mother. That may sound a little bit extreme, but if y'all be wondering why this crazy chick over here has kids, this evil chick over here has kids, because again, if I can get men to think that it's wrong for you to have an opinion about anything a woman does because she can do what she wants. Wouldn't that be basically me saying that this person has more rights than me? This person has more privileges than I do, because you're basically saying that they can do whatever they want and no one should say anything. No self-correction is dangerous. It's a new day now. These non-black women are on TikTok, on social media, and they see black men, they see beautiful black men up and down their timeline or on their explore page, or just however they see them. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. If you're not black, you may not see black people all the time, but you get what I'm saying. Like, there are more influences out there, a lot more representation for black people. All right. Now, I ain't saying that she want to get her a Pookie or Ray or nothing like that. But those men who are make between 45 and 80,000, basically the higher earning men who got the ish together and got high character, and at this point, it's becoming more and more essential that you want to need a man if you want to have a comfortable life where you're not stressing about your bills and stressing about what's going to happen in your future. You always needed a man, but more than ever, we are going through the great reset, and it's a new day. But you know what? Black men were wrong for this to begin with, and a lot of us going to have to take an L. A lot of us going to have to go get you a non-black woman. And now I'm too light-skinned to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely open to it. But some of us going to have to take an L and take one for the team just to prove, we mean business, suit and tie. Business professional is the dress code. Where your ascot at? We mean business, beloved. Right? And it's to show y'all how much we mean business. Y'all see that shit? You see that? This man is on fire with joy. He is so on fire with love and joy, right? He's so on fire that he takes off his hat and has to cool himself off. He's going to cool himself. He's going to jump in the water. Let me tell you something. You know how much you got to love someone and how happy you got to be to start a family with somebody that have this kind of reaction to knowing that y'all about to have a boy. Not only that, I mean, obviously, I don't think they're from the country and whatnot. They probably Germany, some shit like that. Because I see another mixed kid over there. It might be this, I don't know. But the more black men who see this, because you gotta realize too, it's also black men that black women just don't like. You know what I'm saying? And those be the kind of guys who wind up with white girls. And then y'all say, why you couldn't get a black woman, right? The more men like that who see that, and the more black men who see this in general, more. You gotta realize more black men are not with non-black women because we don't really approach them like that. You know what I mean? But again, that's all about the change. That is all about the change. You're gonna see more and more videos like that. Matter of fact, let's keep it up there. You're gonna see more and more of these videos. It's not going to stop. It's going to increase actually. And black women are going to have to decide what you want to do. Because you know what? You got to make a choice, Carly. Black women, modern women in general, you got to make a choice. How you going to act? 6 Past Dice. Mr. Lane, if you need me, man, like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. Peace.